Hi, Dawn Lewis here, and today we are combining Lawn Fawn and Copic to make these gorgeous, clean and simple legendary cards. So let's start with our stamping. I'm using Memento Tuxedo black ink, which isn't as black as I would like, and it's because I'm colouring with Copics. So what I've taken to doing ever since I got my Misty, because I can do it so perfectly with this great tool, is to double stamp everything I stamp with Memento Tuxedo black ink. So I'm holding up the left side so that my hinged lid is sitting flat, and that means I'm not putting pressure on the hinges. Always clean your stamps as well, folks. So we are going to move on to do a little Copic colouring. I'm only using 4 colours today. The first layer is G12, and because I'm working with limes and teals, I decided to combine some greens and aquas. The next colour is G02, and then we're going up to BG13. I know these are colours I wouldn't normally put together, but I love the way that the blue-green plays off the green, and it kind of makes Nessie look like she's in the water, and there's water reflecting. The little dots are just the 2 BG colours, and I did do a little bit of blending just to make sure it all worked. I'm using my Martha Stewart Precision scissors to cut this out, and you'll notice when I fussy cut, I mostly move the image, not the scissors. So let's get into construction. I started making this stuff before I hit record. I'm very sorry about that. But what I've done here on this teal cardstock, this is just out of my scrap box, and on the lime cardstock and the plain vellum, is I've used the Lawn Fawn Ocean Border dies. There are 3 dies in that set, and so I used a different die for each colour that I had. Now, when it comes to sticking down vellum, I've got this super old, I think I bought this 12 or 13 years ago, vellum adhesive. If you can get your hands on this, fantastic. If not, a tiny bit of Tombow mono adhesive should do the trick. Or you could take it to your sewing machine and stitch it on. Now, the reason I didn't adhere the vellum at the top is because I want to take my little Nessie with some double-sided tape and pop it in there so it looks like she's in the water. How cute is that? I also put my pattern paper. This is Lawn Fawn's Perfectly Plaid, the Ivy pattern paper. I put that on the front of my card. My card base, as always, is a piece of A5 cardstock in half. I stamped my greeting from the Lovable Legends stamp set that says "You're a Legend." I stamped that in archival black ink. I popped it onto a lime green mat, but I had to trim it down because it went side to side, and I did want a little border around it. Up the top, to add a little interest, I've added some 3mm satin ribbon. Again, this is out of my stash. I always stash dive and try and take something old out, use something old before I cut into something new. That's the deal I've made with myself. I have a lot of stash, like a big stash. Been doing this a long time. And this is my way to do a faux bow so that it, you're not actually trying to wrangle an entire piece of ribbon around the front. It's to cut an extra length and then tie a bow onto the strip. However, you need to cut it longer than you think. Mine ribbon was not long enough, and after wrangling with it for ages, I gave up and went for a double knot. My other tip is to cut your ribbon on an angle. That way you're not going to deal with frayed ends. The very last step is to apply double-sided tape to the back of that entire panel, stick it down to the front of my card and trim off the excess. I could have done that earlier. In fact, I probably should have done that earlier. And then we have it, a clean and simple Cass card featuring Lovable Legends and Ocean Wave border dies and Perfectly Plaid pattern paper by Lawn Fawn, and 4 little old Copic markers. A beautiful, simple card. If you're looking for Lawn Fawn in Australia, you can get it at dawnlewis.com.au. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial. Have a very crafty day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.